Oh my gosh. How on earth did my room get so messy and unorganized? So Christmas is over 2 months ago. Whatever. I know I'm running low on time, but I have to get ready. 5 minutes? Only 5 minutes till I have to go, and I'll get ready then. What should I wear today? What is this? No. This. No. Oh, that one's great. Oh wait, not that one. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember. Cleaning is so boring though. Maybe Macy Lee's video can help me with that. Damn, you're such a if you haven't cleaned your room, apartment, living room, anything really yet, then I'm here to help you right now with making the job easier, faster, and more fun. If you haven't ever seen me before or you haven't really clicked the subscribe button yet, make sure to do that. You can do it right there. And also if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can do that right down there. You can also click the link right here to check out the giveaway I had in my last video. It would be so cool if we could get this video to 3,000 likes in 24 hours. And that is basically it. So without further ado, let's get started! So right before we start, I'm just going to give you guys really quickly some few tips on cleaning your room. So the first tip I have is when you have a lot of stuff like I do, you've got to get you some organizing products or bins or really whatever. You can buy some really cheaply on IKEA, Target, the container store, and you can also make your own if you buy something at a craft supply store. The next thing I'm going to tell you guys is so important, especially for me. Maybe it's not for everyone, but for me it is. Music, music, music. I have my phone right here, and I actually made you guys a Spotify playlist which you can go out and check out. It's called Vibes, so I will link it in the description box down below so you can check it out. And the next tip is pretty much for everyone, I think, and that is to get dressed with some comfy clothes, put your hair up, because nobody wants to clean in a really tight jean, or it's not really fun either. I'm just wearing here a really comfy sweater because it's comfy and it's good to clean in. When you're organizing and cleaning your room, the first thing you want to do is make your bed, because most likely your bed is the elephant in the room. So when you make it, your room will look 80% cleaner, and it will also engage you to clean faster and better and not stop that easily because you feel like you're surrounded by mess. Now next up is organizing surfaces, and I'm basically going to be taking off everything that is just randomly laying on my night table and on top on every surface basically, and I'm just going to be putting that away, putting it somewhere else, and then putting in some fresh flowers or some organizational items, you know, whatever. And next up, I'm going to take my Alex drawer and I put in this organizational bin, gold bin, which I basically just put all the things that were on top of my drawer in. So now I'm going to be organizing my drawers, and when you're organizing drawers, I would absolutely recommend you getting some kind of divider. You could buy some or you can make your own. There's a tutorial on YouTube to make your own organizer like I did in the description box down below, so check it out. Moving on, I took out all the things that were in my drawer and then cleaned it with some paper and some cleaning spray, I guess. And then I put everything back in the drawers with the organizer as a guide. And as you can see in the drawer under here, I used a book as the organizer. But that is also really smart if you don't want to go out and DIY one or buy one. Are your closet a wild mess just like mine is? Go get you some organizational clothing boxes from IKEA and thank me later. So they're basically friction fit and they fit perfectly into most drawers, I think. So what I do is that I basically fold all my clothes like I normally would, then I put them inside these boxes. That way it will look much tidier, and it's also much easier to pick out a clothing item because your clothes won't be crumbled upon each other. They will all be stacked perfectly in these little boxes. And no, I'm not sponsored by IKEA or anything, I just really love this tip. So go ahead, try it yourself. I promise it helps me so much. So now onto the biggest part of my closet, which is the drawers. So I started out with taking everything out and then refolding it because it was just all looking like a mess, so I did it. And I don't know about you guys, but I like folding my clothes into like little squares. Something organizational about that, I like it. And the drawer under, I did the exact same thing. I folded my sweaters into little rectangles, and that is basically it. Chasing our crazy dreams, hoping that the bridge won't cave in. Moving on to my hanging part of the closet, I just hung up all the items that had fallen down onto my floor or onto the bottom of the closet. And I also made sure to leave a little space between the hangers so that they all wouldn't collide to each other, and it automatically looks a lot better, so that's great. And then lastly, I had a lot of random stuff on top of my drawers, so I started out with organizing it all. First, I organized paper, and I put every single piece of paper that I didn't want into this bag. Then I got this organizer from Pandora, I believe, and I just sorted out everything that was left on top of my drawer.
Shoot on your flame to the fire. It's spraying like your name on a flyer. They wanna tame your desire.
And then I basically just wiped down the entire picture because there was a lot of random writing on it, so it looked better without the writing. And after that, lastly, I sorted out the rest of the decor that was left on my drawer. And then I put some pencils into this little mason jar. That's a really good organizational tip. Get a mason jar and put something in it. It looks great. And yeah, that is how I cleaned and organized my room. So if your room is looking like a wild mess like mine was right now, then take the time you have to go up and clean it. I promise you, you'll feel much better afterwards. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. Show love. I hope these tips help you guys, and I'll see you, hopefully, next time. Bye everyone!
I know say I'm out to be next like my neighbor.